After years of wedded bliss, Nick couldn't take it any longer. Melissa, through no fault of her own, had grown up in a home without cable TV or a VCR. If that last sentence confused you, Google it. This had resulted in her having very little pop culture movie knowledge. In order to right this injustice, the duo will watch and discuss movie after movie until Melissa has caught up with the zeitgeist of her generation. Welcome to their journey. I am tired tonight.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah? Wow.
Is that a hint about the movie?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Do you have any idea what movie we're watching tonight?
I know what movie I'd like to watch tonight.
What movie would you like? Since when have you watched anything you like to watch?
Yeah, I know.
With this. Okay, what movie would you like to watch tonight?
I wish we were watching Jaws tonight.
What?
It's a monster movie, technically.
Oh, that is so attractive of you to say. I've always dreamt of being married to a woman who would say something like, Jaws is a monster movie, actually. So, cha-ching!
Yes.
Okay.
Does that mean we're watching it?
Oh, no, we're not watching
Aww.
it. No.
Okay.
No. Any other clues or, do you have any idea besides any other guesses?
No, that was my hope.
That was your hope? Well, what's your nightmare?
A scary movie. What are we watching? Just tell me, please.
You definitely don't want to fall asleep while you're in this realm. And if you do, you may have a nightmare.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, okay.
You totally thought we were watching it last week because you thought it was the last. So actually, you were technically right. You were like, oh, this is the last Halloween movie. And you thought that was going to be it. Mm-hmm. And it is.
Yay.
You don't look excited at all. That's exactly what I expected. But.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know, obviously you've heard of this film, yes?
Yep, I have.
How much do you know about it?
Is this the Freddy Krueger one?
It depends. Which one's Freddy Krueger?
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, but which one's Freddy Krueger?
Oh, striped shirt.
Bad fashion sense.
Green and...
I love what you're doing with your fingers right now. Are you Edward Scissorhands right now?
Well, doesn't he have something like claws or something on his hands that it's slicing? Sort of.
He works in a deli? What? Okay.
And maybe his face is deformed or something?
Oh, okay.
An orange and green striped shirt.
Orange and green striped shirt? Okay.
Giving you all the details.
That's great. Orange and green. That's Halloween colors, right?
Oh,
orange and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a giant pumpkin running around. Maybe he's carving pumpkins. Okay.
With his hands that look like Edward Scissorhands.
Yes. Your fingers, they look just like the Edward Scissorhands. Okay. When do you think, do you know about when this movie was made?
Did you see this movie when you were a kid?
I think
or a teenager?
I think it was a TBS drive-by when I was a kid.
Okay.
I just saw TV edited version and I saw enough of it that it gave me nightmares when I was a kid.
Ooh.
Yeah. So definitely not a kid's movie.
Okay. So I'm going to guess like 1982.
82? It's a good year. All right. Okay. I'll tell you probably after we watch it.
Don't forget.
The reason why I chose this movie in particular. There's a couple reasons, but there's one in particular based on something you've been telling me all month. So, okay. We'll get more into that after we watch it, though. I don't want to spoil anything for you. How are you feeling as we're about to watch this?
I think that it's not going to be as scary as Us. So I feel like I'm going to be able to handle this.
I'm so proud of you right now. You have no idea. I'm so proud of you.
Well, thank you for, giving me Us so that I know I can make it through something else.
I am an artiste with the playlists. Okay. Any word or two, your impressions you would use to capture your impression of this film?
Oh, shadowy lurking guy.
Shadowy lurking guy. Wasn't that me when I first met you? Okay, shadowy lurking guy. Let's see if I don't know how you could be shadowy and lurky with a striped orange and green shirt, but whatever.
Let's see if he pulls it off.
We'll see if he pulls it off. Let's go check it out.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Are you? I'm fine. I don't know why, but for some reason, the like children's choir music from the Lost Boys just popped in my head before we were about to start talking about this. It's probably because of the children singing in the hopscotch stuff,
Yeah.
the famous like Nightmare on Elm Street, like, song.
So how does the Lost Boys one go?
Oh, it's like, thou shalt not
pass? Thou shalt not
thou
pass?
shalt not
No,
die
that's
is one of
Gandalf.
them. And thou shalt not, that is Gandalf. You shall not pass.
Now I want to hear Gandalf sing it.
I do. That would be interesting. Wow. We're really off on tangents this go round, which actually makes a lot of sense given the context of the movie we just watched.
Lots of
tangents. You don't know what's going on.
Is it a dream?
Is it a dream?
Is it reality?
I have a dream that you will give us a succinct summary of the film. But before you start that, how do you feel now that you've watched it?
I feel like now I've got that under my belt. Like I'm good.
What does that mean?
Okay, now I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Like every other person my age.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean,
I've joined the ranks of people who understand the references.
Wow.
And I feel closer to Stranger Things. I feel like I understand more about Stranger Things now because so many things. Well, there were a couple of times when I was like, oh, I see where they got that. The influence.
Yes, except while we were watching it, you were saying, that's just like Stranger Things. Even though it was, obviously decades before Stranger Things.
Indeed.
Okay, so before we get too far down.
But that's what I meant when I said that.
Got it. You were plugging into the zeitgeist of your generation, potentially? You've gone up.
Ooh, way to use your phrase.
Thank you. Wow, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
This is a moment for you.
Yeah.
I that's why I worked our way up to this one, because I knew if I just started with this one, you would have just rolled your eyes and you would have been like, for real? Oh, table flip. But yeah, no, I just gently gotcha up there. And look at, now you're thanking me for it. I'm pretty sure you thanked me. You didn't go as far as thanking me, but it was a slightly positive response.
Are you waiting right now for me to say thank you?
It's a good time.
Thanks.
You could probably thank me.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So before we get too far, again, into the dreamscape, do you want to give us a quick summary?
Sure.
Or a long summary? I don't care. I have a fresh tea. I'm fine.
Okay. Well, Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a killer on the loose.
Is there?
Because this killer isn't in this world. He attacks through your dreams. Mm-hmm. And a group of teenagers.
Shocking. That would be that demographic, right? Yeah.
They're having the same dream. They're dreaming about the same guy who's wearing some distinctive clothing.
What color was it?
Red and green, striped, not orange. But in the lighting, in my defense, like it looked orange.
I would have said, if you had asked me, I would have said red and brown. Like that green is so dingy that I would have said red and black or red and brown. Like, anyway.
He also has these like knives on his fingers. Mm-hmm. And so he's attacking people through their dreams. And there's again a female character, the lead, and she's the smart one. She's like trying to figure this out. She pulls his hat out of the dream world. So she goes into defense mode.
There's just that phrase, you really pulled that out of your hat. I wonder if that's why they chose his hat. But anyway.
I don't know, but maybe. Well, it had his name in it, so that was an important clue as well as to who this person was.
Yes. And I don't know if that would happen nowadays. I don't think people put their names inside of things like they used to.
Well, maybe that's an adult thing. Maybe adults don't do it, but kids still do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yes. So moving on. So, right, the girl's kind of left to her parents are divorced. Neither of her parents are listening to her. Her dad is the police chief, or he's a top policeman, not listening to her at all. And because he's this attacker, Fred Krueger,
Mhm.
is only appearing in dreams. There's no evidence, and she's not being believed. The mom is...
Wait, let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not feel like your relationship has blossomed enough that you can be informal with Fred and call him Freddy? No, you're not there yet? You got to wait for a sequel?
It's funny because, she calls him Fred and
Mhm.
she calls him Krueger a lot, just Krueger.
Mhm.
But I think he's the one who calls himself Freddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, I'm friendly. Come here.
Right. Yeah. He's a really dynamic bad guy.
He's very goofy, actually.
It's like he thinks he's a comic in his own like one-man show.
Yeah, kind of. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, So
how did that make you feel seeing a character like that?
Well, it takes the scariness out of it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was just kind of laughable.
Yeah.
And, so he wasn't scary. He was more bizarre and way over the top.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely say, like, he was definitely one of the least scary ones for me, like, as like growing up seeing these. If anything, it was the premise that was always interesting to me.
Right, because you can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. She had to keep herself up, the main character.
Yep.
Her mom wasn't listening to her. Her mom just kept saying, all you need is sleep. Like, that's what you really need, is a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But she's trying to stay awake. She stays awake for days on end.
Normally, that's great advice for the record.
Right, normally, yeah.
Normally.
Yes, but not with the Krueger around.
Not with the Krueger around. The Krugster.
Turns out there's like a family connection to his death in real life.
True story, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the girl goes into I'm taking it on all by myself mode. She can't rely on her sleepy boyfriend, Johnny Depp.
I never pictured Johnny Depp as a alert, awake person. Like, he always seemed like he could just drift off into sleep. So maybe that's why he got cast. Isn't it crazy how young he was in that movie?
Yes. I really had to like just hold on to his voice to know it was him, because it didn't really look like him. I mean, it did, but
you're not used to seeing him with such big hair too. He had the big hair, 80s fro hair, like feathered fro hair.
Lots of feathered hair, like feathered in the front.
Yeah, it was amazing. So she couldn't rely on her sleepy boyfriend.
Yeah, or her mom or her dad, and so she just kind of takes it on herself. She does a couple cool Home Alone-ish.
I was so excited when that happened.
I know, like booby traps. She's like sets up some booby traps.
Yes.
But the ending is again abrupt, and it leaves a little bit of a mystery. Did she win? Did he win? I don't know.
Did the audience win? Because New Line Cinema won. Seriously though, the studio was about to go bankrupt. And that movie like was such a hit that it like put money back in the coffers and saved the studio company. Cha-ching! So we wouldn't have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie without it.
Oh, I'm so thankful for that.
I know.
Which I don't think I've seen that one either. So can you put that one on the list?
Yeah. Okay. I think I can.
Yes. Okay.
I think that movie goes down in my own personal record books. I think I saw that in theater at least like 9 times.
Whoa.
I don't remember. I was a total shellhead.
Okay. Cool parts about Nightmare on Elm Street were the dream sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Those were cool. Some special effects that were like weird that like were really surprising. Like when she's walking up the stairs and suddenly the stairs are like gooey marshmallows that she walks through. That was one of the cheesiest ones. So you could totally see the circles of where she was stepping. Yeah. The effect is cheesy, but the imagination of it, I guess. Oh yeah, that was cool. It was a really cool premise. It was unexpected to me, anyway. Yeah, totally. I liked the use of the famous like upside down room. You know, they have a set that's like. They did this and they've done this in other movies, obviously, but it's like you see someone going up onto the roof, the ceiling. Right. But it looks like the way they film it, it looks like it's, they're not on the ceiling. It's interesting. Like, it's like they're getting pulled up onto the ceiling. It's cool. And that was another like call out to how do you want me to put this? A Stranger Things callback. Is that the way to put it, maybe? Yeah. Homage, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's a good word. Yeah. Homage. An homage. Yeah, a cheesy homage. So, fromage homage. Good one. I like that. Thank you. Thank you. That a lot. Proud of myself. It sounds like you're pretty, like,
satisfied and glad you saw it. So this would fall into the glad, not sad, eh?
Yeah, it was fun. Like, I can see why it made a lot of... Am I surprising you by that answer?
I am so shocked right now.
I could see... Okay.
If you had told me a year ago that my wife would say, after seeing A Nightmare on Elm Street, it was fun. I'm glad I saw it. I don't understand what's happening right now. I feel like I'm in a dream sequence and Freddy's about to pop out of like the garbage disposal or something. I don't know what's happening. I'm confused.
Okay. Let me explain that. So when you said that it was so popular that it like helped the company, go get back into business, it reminded me, I was like, well, why is it so popular? It's probably like fun for teenagers to see, just like how I felt when I saw Scream.
Yeah.
Same director. And so Scream was fun, even though it did make you jump and stuff. But overall, like, it's that same sort of feeling. I know. I'm not saying I want to watch all of them because there's like more, right? I'm not saying that. Calm down. I'm
just the words you're saying right now, I'm having difficulty processing.
Okay.
Like you're basically explaining why I've liked horror movies like for my whole life, and you've historically been like, why do you want to watch those kind of things? So,
but yeah, Us was not fun.
Oh, it was very fun.
Rosemary's Baby is not fun.
Oh, so fun. So fun.
So I'm just explaining, like, this is a fun one. Well, but I just want to say I wouldn't let kids watch it.
Oh, absolutely not. No, not for kids. Absolutely not. It's I mean, you're literally explaining like the phenomenon of like slashers, like the Michael Myers, the Jasons, the Freddy. It's like escapism through survivism and through, that's what you're describing right now.
Okay, but I don't like the gore.
Yeah. I mean, some people don't. And then they look away or they close their eyes or whatever. But the rest of it, they, So it's just, you're still just blowing my mind. That's all.
I just don't want you to think that now I want to watch all those all the time.
No, I don't think you want to watch them all the time. No, but it's good to know that it's something you can take and appreciate. That's good.
Okay.
That's awesome. I'm still just, this is me shocked. Like, this is just my shocked face and voice. That's what you're experiencing right now. And I'm not shocked very often, really. So, yeah. How many times did you do jump scares in that movie? Like, how many got you?
Like maybe 3. I want to say 3 or 4 got me.
I was going to say at least 4. Yeah. Because I was watching you and it was quite fun seeing the couch, like you jump off the couch. That was awesome. Speaking of Scream, you mentioned Scream. The part where Johnny Depp climbs up, he scales the
rose trellis.
The rose trellis, thank you. And then he goes into the window. That totally was like, I have to think, and I didn't look this up or anything, but I have to think Wes Craven wrote Scream like that because of that, like an homage to himself. So, yeah. Anyway,
and we were commenting during the movie like how much Skeet Ulrich like looks like a young Johnny Depp.
Yes,
it's uncanny.
Like total like. I wonder if he did that when he was doing the cast. They were doing the cast, and he was like, if people don't get it right away, maybe someday they'll get it, kind of a thing. Like just like layers of nerdiness and homage and stuff. That's, I don't know, makes me happy to think it. So I hope he planned that because this is pretty crazy. Wow. What else about the movie? What else about the movie stuck out to you?
Oh,
or did you? I as a crafty, like, I'm getting more into woodworking and building things. Like I had this weird, like, it's supposed to be scary when he's making the blades in the beginning. I'm like, that's actually a really interesting technique he's using there. Oh my gosh. It's the total practical. Anyway.
Wow.
I was, not everybody can, forge. So, it's a skill. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Anyway, anything else about the film?
Well, it's another like Wes Craven observation, just how his female lead is like the brave, strong, thinking character. Yeah, I like that.
True. All of the teenage boys in that movie were pretty vapid.
Yeah, true. They were only probably 2 main
Yeah, they were 2.
Yeah, and they were both
relatively small cast. I think the biggest cast of like background characters was the police officers and stuff in those scenes. But yeah, pretty small cast.
Was there anything else that you noticed upon this watching as an adult? Because when was the last time you saw it?
I mean, I think I told you as we were watching it, like, I don't think I saw the whole thing in its entirety, like uncut, like theatrical release. I probably saw, and this made it probably scarier for me when I was younger, I probably just saw very brief, like, snippets of it, like just seeing him in shadows or something like that, instead of like seeing the whole thing. Because when you see the whole thing, it's kind of cheesy, right? Like,
yeah.
So I probably would have been less scared if I'd actually just watched the whole thing versus just seeing the snippets and having the premise of this person who could be in your dreams, you know, haunting you and stuff. It's way scarier when you're younger, to me. But anyway.
I can see how that would really freak out.
Right?
Small children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I was a small child, but I was probably around, I have no idea. It's a total guess.
Okay.
10-ish, 11, 12-ish. Way too young. It was the early times. Anyway. But again, that was just like, literally like, you would just flip through TV stations and you would just go through and boom, you would see something. Like, that's just how it was. So anyway, it's not like Netflix now where you're just like in a happy place and you're protected from everything or whatever, you know?
No commercials.
No commercials. Yeah. Huh. Wow. Do you think this film holds up well?
No.
No?
No, I don't. Now that we understand this definition of holding up, yeah, the effects were like cheesy.
A little.
And
I don't know. For my money, when he like slices his he cuts into his like pectoral muscle, I think, and then you see like worms or maggots or something. I was like, that it is cheesy, but it's like a schlocky, fun cheesy. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think it holds up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't know if it holds up. I mean, it's very dated.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. But it's like it wasn't a B movie at the time, you know, but it feels like a B movie now, I think, when you watch it.
Agreed. Yeah.
We're probably gonna. Yeah, there's some very passionate people about this film series. I don't know. Depends. They may not like that we just said that. So hopefully we don't have any nightmares about it. All right. You literally like looked over at me during the first 7 minutes of this film and you made eye contact with me and you said, I'm actively trying to figure out what the message of this film is. So did you find your answer?
No, I didn't. I didn't figure out what the underlying message of the film is, but it has like a similar horror movie thing where the victim is not being listened to and being ignored, and they have to take matters into their own hands. And if only they had had help when they asked for it, things might have gone differently.
I think.
Yeah, what do you think?
The message of this film is generational, like, sin and evil. Like, evil that can get, like, even if you don't know about it, it's like this weight that just is carried. And that doesn't have to be like, you know, like obviously like this, where there was like crimes committed and stuff, but it could be just like, you know, you have, I don't know, like a parent who doesn't, in the 80s, you were neglected, right? Then you can pass that on kind of thing. It's this like scary thing that you can't escape. Okay,
I laughed at that, not because of what you were saying, but because I think you're right. And you did it again, where you like pull out this like deeper message. I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that now.
Well, there you go.
Man.
So, yeah, my record stays intact, I guess.
Good job.
Thank you. So, if you could haunt people's dreams, what would you do to scare people?
Oh. Whoa. That's dark.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, it depends.
I mean, first of all, who do I even want to haunt? Like, I don't have anyone coming to mind that I want to haunt.
Oh, let's just assume it, like, you have to do it to sustain yourself. Let's just go with that premise. Like, you need the energy of people being scared. Like Monsters, Inc. You need to power the city. It's nice. Monsters, Inc. is probably loosely based off of this franchise.
That's a stretch.
Well, hey,
you
scare people, you scare children.
You're going to just double down on this stretch
you
here.
scare children in order to, like, you know, live and thrive and have a culture in society. So, anyway. What about you? What do you think? What would you do?
What would I do? What's the question?
To scare people.
To scare people in their dreams?
Yeah.
Man, do you know what I can only think of is like
what?
Reminding people to do something they're supposed to do.
You mean like take out the trash?
Yeah, or like don't forget to put on your license plate tags or something.
That one actually is scary.
Yeah, right?
So the person is just sitting there and then they just, whatever, look at a book that they put down for half a year and then they look at this bookmark and then they realize, oh, my license tags. Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true horror.
That is.
That actually happened to us too.
So
yeah.
It's so real.
It's very scary. That's a very, wow. That's pretty evil, actually. It's death by 1,000 mundane cuts. Okay.
What about you? How are you planning to haunt people?
Oh,
their dreams.
I'm a big fan of like just lurking.
Oh, okay.
Just lurking.
Which is kind of how I described this movie, right? I thought it was going to be like shadowy man lurking.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that's my thing.
Yeah, totally. Except I wouldn't do knives on my fingers either.
Yeah.
No. I would do something like, I don't know. Lightsabers would be cool, but that's not scary. So, I don't know. Maybe
too bright to be scary.
Maybe I would do the license plate tags as well. Just have license plate tags on my fingers.
Have you remembered to put them on?
Be flapping them.
Are your tags out of date?
Are your tags out of date? What are you thinking? You're going to get pulled over and have a moderate fine.
The horror.
The horror. Oh.
I can't take it.
I know. So, I mentioned before, there was a reason I wanted you to see this movie, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple layers, right? One is if you look at the progression of the films we've watched, we had a man plant, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was a Wes Craven written and directed.
Right. Swamp Thing.
Then we had a man animal, like Swamp Thing. The Fly.
The Fly.
And then we have this one, which is like a classic Halloween movie. Like people watch this time of year around this. I also knew that Johnny Depp was in it. So I wanted you to see it because you told me weeks ago the movie you want to watch for Halloween is...
Oh, yeah, Sleepy Hollow.
Which stars...
Johnny Depp.
And I thought it would be great to see a young Johnny Depp in that movie and then watch Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, cool.
So...
Yay. Wow.
That's my bonus Halloween present for you.
Like,
we can watch it.
Kudos
next.
for you for all this planning.
Oh, well, you know.
Wow.
I prefer Kit Kats instead of kudos if we're talking about Halloween candy, but you know,
okay.
Kudos are still good.
Or Reese's.
Reese's are good.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So Reese's for you
Reese's
for planning.
For
wow. Nice.
Thank you. Well, okay. I still can't believe the transformation that's happened over the past 4 weeks of you like being apprehensive to enter the Halloween season, bemoaning it, saying you can't wait for it to be over, going through this isn't so bad. That I'm having nightmares for a week, but I guess I'm kind of glad I saw that. And then
wait, did I say I was glad to say us?
You're pretty sure you said that at some point?
Huh.
No?
Moving on.
Okay, I could go back to listen to the I'm pretty sure you
Let the record show.
Okay.
We'll look it up.
I guess it depends on the week. You're glad one week, you're not glad
I'm
the
glad
other
it's
week.
over.
Okay. Anyway, it's been a wonderful Halloween journey.
Yeah.
There are no more surprises for Halloween. Maybe. No, Halloween is like very soon. So, you know, we'll be out of Halloween. We'll be into November. So you're going to get a little bit of a reprieve for at least, you know, a week or two.
Or, you know, like a year.
Maybe.
Until next October.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Do you have any more? Do you have anything for me before we go to sleep?
Is your dream life okay?
I don't normally have dreams. But sometimes it must have been actually, that is weird. I did have a dream after we watched the movie, which I don't normally dream. And that was weird, actually. So I don't know if that's connected to the film, or I have no idea. Or if it's just because I actually got, good sleep. I have no idea. But, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm glad October is over. I'm really glad I survived. It wasn't mostly as bad as I thought it would be. There were some really good surprises in the films that we watched.
I'm just laughing because that's usually what I typically tend to aim for with you. With the experiences I give you, it's
great.
Mostly isn't as bad as I thought it would be. That's the bar. I set the bar there, so then you're just gravy, anything after that.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.
All day long I've been seeing that guy's weird face. And hearing those fingernails.
Fingernails? That's amazing you saying that. That made me remember the dream I had last night.
What'd you dream?
I dreamed about a guy in a dirty red and green sweater.
Well, what about the fingernails?
Oh, he scraped his fingernails along. Actually, they were more like finger knives or something he'd made himself. They made a horrible sound.
Nancy, you dreamed about the same green light.
It's impossible. See, I got this cousin who lives near the airport. It's okay for me to stay with, right? And I got the sound effects tape from Rod. And... Hello, Mom? Yeah, out here at Barry's. Huh? Yeah, noisy as usual. Glad we don't live here, huh? Yeah, Aunt Eunice says hello. Right, I'll call you in the morning. Yeah, sure. There's some kids drag racing outside, I think, Mom. Listen, Mom, I gotta go. I think there's been an accident. Right, I'll call the police. Right, I'll call the police. No, just some neighbors having a fight, I guess. I'm fine. I'll call you in the morning.